Hello YouTube and welcome to race number 34 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series Chase race number 8 here, and alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello guys.
So with no qualifying, field set by the NRSL rulebook, which is by owner's points. And so on the front row today is Jonathan Zorline and Mark George, top two in the owner's points coming in. So I just realized I need to move that back over to the driver's points for this. Chris Louvier and Sam Young will be in row 2, with Bill Bragg Jr., Vince Almerego row 3, Tristan Wilhoit and Henry Sanford row 4, and Tim Randolph and Chris Washer in row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
So like we've seen the last 2 days after the rain gone away, it's been a lot of in the back of the field. Only one wreck, which led to a green white checker, so it's been pretty clean this weekend. 30 laps, so we might see a pit strategy evolve. We might not happen. 4 races left. We have 8 guys left in the chase. In the last few races, we've seen a lot of chasers run into problems. It could bowl the same way. Now, since it is such,
by the way, including today.
Wait, what?
There's only 3 races left, including today.
Yeah, our final row is the 88 of Anderson and Isaac Flickinger. But continuing what I was saying, we have 3 races left. A lot of chases had problems. This is another wild card race, so everybody's got me their toes. You want to be in the back for the first 20 laps, and the last 10 laps work your way up if we don't have pit strategy. Because we've seen people in the back, in the front early on, and then later in the race they fell back. Like Bosako yesterday, he was leading most of the race, and he ended up 17th after the white checker.
Drivers, start your engines!
So points coming in, 8 drivers could leave here as the points leader. Mark George is the points leader over Chris Louvier by 13 points. 63 points back to Sam Young. Bill Bragg Jr. is 90 points back, with Vince Almerego 94 back. Chris Washer is 111 back in 6th. Henry Sanford 126 back, and Steve Pollard 127 points back, 8th in points. Rest of the chasers, Tristan Wilhoit 153, Tim Randolph 157, Charles Jackson 164, and Dylan Young 196 points. The key number today is 296, so for Dylan Young, just needs to make sure he does not lose 100 points to Mark George in this one, and he will still be in title contention, but preferably he needs to gain some points to be able to actually have a realistic shot still leaving 8 Bowl.
So the bottom, so this is, like I mentioned, a figure 8 track. In one corner you want to be on the bottom. It's where you position yourself here.
Well, you want to be in the bottom in every corner, but I mean, you're not going to necessarily be able to do that. Onboards they will carry Mark George, Chris Louvier, Sam Young, Bill Bragg Jr., Vince Almerego, Chris Washer, Tristan Wilhoit, and Henry Sanford. I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
This pace car is off, and we are set to go racing here from 8 Bowl. 30 laps in store, and we are green.
Now, Zorline, when he won the pole at Talladega, he was involved in the crash. Let's see if he can stay up here and not wreck.
And worth mentioning this one, the Dodge Mopar 500.
So that means Charles Jackson's going to win?
Well, he actually doesn't have the Mopar colors, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Field just getting up to speed. Still, Chris Louvier going to clear off of turn number 2 as well with Mark George.
Now we're going to come to the corner. We mentioned this. If you run into this groove where Henry Sanford is, it's really going to spell trouble.
Sanford holding in there a little bit better than some of the other guys this weekend, but going to fall way far back there with no help on that outside line.
And the problem is you're in position for the next corner, but you lose so much ground, you can't make it up.
And top 4 single file already. They are almost 4 wide back here. William Duncan to get it down to 3.
We haven't seen 4 wide all weekend, so I'm a little surprised.
Worth mentioning, by the way, despite running the first 2 races, Kyle Matthews actually going to be sitting out this weekend and next race weekend. Michael Norman will be taking over for Kyle Matthews' driving responsibilities. So, making his Coke Vanilla Cup Series debut here in the 48 car, was last scored in the 26th spot.
Yep, Kyle was feeling concussion-like symptoms after running. It didn't feel good, so they sat him out, just like they did with Junior in real life. So get well, Kyle.
And just as precautionary measures, going to sit out next race weekend as well. So, not running for any championships, so it doesn't really matter for him. Just better to focus on the health. As Sam Young going for second, 5 bonus points to the 7 there.
As, yep, that's going to help him. He had a disappointing Talladega and a disappointing Musket, so here he comes up through the field. Or already
Mark
leading,
George
but
was able to lead lap 1.
so that's 5 points to help him out. So they neutralizing the laps led points.
And top 3 now are clear as here comes Chris Washer looking inside of Sam Young for second.
Yeah, he's going to clear him.
Looks like Sam's going to be able to stay in front of the 15 at least.
I don't believe Washer's won an SS race in the Cup Series. I could be wrong, but he's trying to get his first win this season himself. He hasn't won since Thornton of last year.
And Mark George going to get help from Tristan Wilhoit and Dylan Young. Meanwhile, Cole Deaver, the first of our non-chasers, starting to work his way up to the front.
Yep, Jess is over there. She's gone the high lanes,
which will help for the next corner, but not going to help her right now.
Yep, so as I see the 10 of Zach Rogers, he's coming through his Randolph. He is actually a chaser too.
The 60 is, yes, not the 10.
No, not the 10. So coming there, Dylan Young makes a move to second on Will Hoyt. Braddock's still up here in the 22-14 up the hill.
Oh my, and they were trying to peak 4 wide almost for a little bit there. They thought better of it.
4 wide's not going to work. It's Brendan Patterson, the retirement tour for him.
It's not been so far so good the last 10 races of his career, but looks like it's looking up at least a little bit right here. We're going to be just outside the top 10 right now.
We see Will Lewis, last year's winner. 2 years ago he won this. In season 3 he won here, so trying to get a second win at April. As I don't believe there's a driver who's won back-to-back at a track, so.
I mean, it would be very hard to have done in this series. Meanwhile, we have a pass for the lead as finally someone was able to take the fight to Zorline. Zorline led 3 laps in succession there.
And Amy Shelley, non-chaser, coming up, breaking up the train with Cole Deaver.
Yep, and Shelton even making it 3 in the top 5 that are non-chasers. It's going to be 4 in the top 6 with Zach Rogers.
Yep, is everybody kind of single filing out a little bit?
Yeah. As Shelton and Zorline going to make a move for second. The 2 Fords there on the inside line.
Yep, the 7. Usually, like I said, Robbie Gordon's good at road course and SS because the only tracks they can compete at. So Zorline doing the best of it right now.
And right now it's going to... I don't imagine Shelton's going to be too content running in 3rd right now. Looking to get that 13th spot in the owner's points. Shelton took a little bit of a hit on that last weekend and going for 2nd now.
I believe, yeah, Stephen Paul 3rd, won at Talladega. This is our final super speedway race of the season, so everybody trying to run pretty good. Set up, build momentum for the 500 next year.
Well, and it also means you don't really need these cars.
Nope, this is go or go home broke, so it's probably going 4 wide. That's why Zach Rogers is making crazy moves.
And going to go inside of Amy Shelley, puts Jessica Shelton up on that outside line now. Patterson fills the hole.
Next year, you'll be seeing a lot of these Cup cars go into the Hooters teams because they don't need them anymore.
If they survive today.
Seriously. As Amy Shelley coming through the field here.
Or at least trying to hang on to 2nd right now with Zach Rogers on her outside.
Chris Louvier
Zorline to that 3rd line.
And that's the death line.
Gonna lose several spots there. Was scored in 7th. Won't even be in the top 10, maybe not even in the top 15, but when all things are said and done there.
Here comes our Lord and Savior like Brent Reynolds. Alexander Rose made his way from the 30s, and now he's coming into the top 10.
This is actually still in the 20s, I think. Yep. Or 15. It's in the teens right now.
Yep.
So he was last scored in 14th. Mark George back in 13th now after all that is said and done. And Shelton wasn't too long on that 3rd line, I guess, because now she's back up here in the top 5.
A 3 wide free cut this position. Just thinks better of it. As here comes Dylan Young.
Yep. Dylan Young, Louvier almost making contact. So Louvier nearly making contact with his former ride there, actually.
And he did pretty terrible in the car last year, and the 24s is the chase now.
So, I mean, wasn't all things bad, but just wasn't good in points.
Yeah, seriously. As Tristan Wilhoit trying to put it on the Paula down there.
Charles Jackson going for 2nd. Very much needed good run if they can get it. Mark George down to that 3rd line.
Very disappointing chase for Charles Jackson, might I add.
And look at who's coming up towards the front at least a little bit, but it's going to be 3 wide and not going to be good news for that 47 team. Trying to go
Steve
for 2 in a
Pollard.
row for them. Or no, 2 out of the last 3.
Steve's gonna get in that third lane. Damn it.
So was Will Hoyt.
Pollard.
Oh, Mark George with a daring move there as Levi tried to block.
Isaac Flickinger from the final row was on the bottom there.
Well, what will turn into the far outside line now.
Yep, as Sam Young's peeking for second there.
Yes, he is going to be there, and Zach Rogers now in that third line.
Yep, as
not where he wanted to be, and it's going to settle it back in, get back in behind the 5. So looks like he should be able to stay in the top 10 though.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dylan Young still controlling this field in front of Sam Young, ironically enough.
That's where's yeah, it's Sam Young. I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyways, Patterson on the bottom hasn't dropped, but yesterday we seen a lot of the front runners stay up here, but toward the end of the race. So this is not where you want to be right now. You want to be in that mid pack right now. Well,
and even then though, I'd almost rather just be out in front and play my chances on it, because if I'm in the middle of the pack, I'm likely to get involved with wreck though too. So.
Yeah, it's just the draft, like how I see it, is you're in the back. We're not picking for baseball. This is like racing. You're in that middle pack. You want to move your way up because everybody's gonna be jockling. If we have a wreck, that's a bad strategy. I agree with you.
As Jackson now to second with help from Brown Patterson, it's gonna be Sam Young now going for 4th, or trying to get 4th back from the 12. Patterson going for 2nd.
Zach Rogers was just on the apron and into the corner back there. That was a crazy move. I don't know how he survived. He just daringly put it right there on the 23.
A little bit of a break in the field, actually.
Yeah, I think that's because of his move, like I was mentioning. It kind of slowed up the field.
Mary Shelley's back here. Steve Pollard has not been able to really make up much ground. He's still scored in 33rd.
Yeah, but I think this is where the Steve wants to be. Steve won the truck race a few days ago, actually, so I think Steve's playing the cards right well. Michael Norman, all these guys back here.
Oh, trouble for Bill Braddock Jr.
That's why there's a break in the pack.
He is currently scored 3 laps down. That would be why there's a break in the pack.
Yeah, that's probably why the 10 went to the apron. I saw trying to avoid Braddock there. Wow, that's a tough break for his chase hopes.
Braddock was 4th in points, coming in 90 points back, and now a huge hit.
I think the pack will all catch up back together. It doesn't look like that far of a break.
It's 3 wide for the lead, maybe. Dylan Young clears them.
Man, the tires are starting to wear too. This is going to be the longest race by 10 laps, so nobody knows how to do it.
As Cole Deaver now on that far outside line. Sam Young in the middle. Chris Washer gets shoved up out of line.
Stephen Paul III comes to this race with 6 straight top 15 finishes. That 23 team's been on fire. Here he comes on the bottom is Washer, and Stephen Paul III has that.
Oh boy.
4 wide. Our first occasion. 4 wide.
They make it work.
So that's not going to work. They're going to die right here off this corner. Oh no! Get ready
for now.
Get ready for the big one.
Henry Sanford, Mark George, Jonathan Zorline. They get it down to 3.
I can't believe that actually. But all the pack is back together now, though.
And Henry Sanford trying to snake his way back down that front straightaway and block all 3 lines.
Man, that's insane. I can't believe all this ain't going to work.
They're getting crazy now. They're going to be 4 wide again.
That's not going to work into the corner when they have to do the dive.
Trying to get out of it.
Yeah,
Zorline wrecked 4 wide.
Zorline wrecked at Talladega, so he's seeing his chase hopes go. Oh, God.
They're still 4 wide down the back straightaway.
Oh, this is not going to work. They're going to die right here.
There goes Sam Young. Somehow they make it work.
Will Lewis with the ballsiest move of the year right there.
I am amazed that we are still going straight here on this track right now.
That sounds pretty personal if you ask me, but Alexander Rowe coming up through the field. Patterson second. There he goes.
Patterson going for the race lead. He's going to have fellow Ford Jessica Shelton helping him out. So it looks like Shelton really working well with the Fords here today.
How about the 2 winningest drivers in the series up here battling for the lead? We don't get to say that every day.
Yeah, especially considering both of them have not had the most winning success, especially as of late. As Patterson now to the race lead. Jackson's going to be able to stick his nose in there for second. Dylan Young, big loser in that corner that time around. Same for Chris Washer.
Now look at the runs everybody gets because they're catching into the pack. Okay, now we definitely got a break in the pack back there.
But that one was more battle intensive, I think. Although actually, it's not as big of a break as it was before.
Yep, the
Although
41.
Tim Randolph starting to lose ground.
That's gonna hurt Randolph. The 41 car won here last season, so they got a pretty. Oh my! If he wins 2 in a row, I'm deleting my Facebook again.
As Shelton now to third, Chris Louvier to fourth. He is the top running chaser right now in the field. And here we go, the 2 cars going for the lead in the Dodge Mopar 500.
I'm gonna ask for a ratings check after this race.
I mean, it's a super speedway. Everyone's got the same ratings. I can tell you that much.
He won by 8 seconds last weekend, and now he's leading it.
To be fair, they wrecked though last week.
Good point. I'll give you that. But here comes Charles Jackson to save our sanity.
Jackson going for second on Louvier. Battle to be the top running chaser right now.
Now in 3 laps is where I try to pick up the intensity. If you're in the middle of the pack, you want to get up here now to position yourself for the end.
As we are past the halfway point in this one, 16 laps complete. 14 to go.
Just about. Pollard and Gene Sanford working the bottom, and Gene's gonna put Steven up the hill.
Yep. So Jean's starting to make her way up towards the front in that 47. The Team Australia Ford that we haven't seen that scheme run very much this year.
Yeah, they haven't dug it out of the Australian stand yet.
And she's going to be clear of the rest of the leaders there. So now she gets her pick of line. Louvier goes to the inside. Sanford does not follow.
She tried.
Was close. Sam Young now on the apron there for a moment.
Yep, that was an insane move right there.
So Louvier now to second.
Last year we did see pit stops, so I don't know a lap, but we might see some here because this is the longest race by 10 laps, like I mentioned.
Sam Young can't decide what lane he wants to go on. Sanford gonna get shoved up to the middle now, this time by Dylan Young.
Oh, that's a dangerous move by Gene.
Sam Young on that outside line.
Levi
able to get back in line.
Levi won 2 races last year, hasn't done much this season. He's coming up through the field.
Don't do that.
Oh, Sam's trying to pinch you pay, remember. Here comes Kev through the field right now.
As there's 3 wide back here with the 78 car as well in that one.
Yep, Storyline in the middle there. I don't see Tim Randolph in the pack anymore. I don't see the 33 in the pack.
So 70 was towards the back already. We saw that when we were looking at the back of the field. There is the 60. Joshua Osborne, Sky Commons also struggling. Well, Osborne's there. Sky Commons is definitely struggling to keep the lead.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alexander Rowe still keep the lead draft, I should say. Alexander Rowe is still leading over Chris Louvier, Dylan Young, and Chris Washer. 3 chasers in his rear view mirror. Make that 4. Make it 5 even.
Yep. And here comes Dylan Young making a move.
Dylan makes the move on the 01, but unable to make it. Okay, he made it 6 somehow, but Louvier with a block. That was
block and a half.
That was a definitely advantageous block, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word I was thinking of.
And Alexander Rowe was going to miss this race until his win last weekend. So this is just a miracle he's even leading right now.
It's a miracle he's even in the race, let alone leading.
Yep. Chris
Washer looks like it's going to be Dodge 1-2 now as Jackson makes the move for second.
Yeah, Dodge trying to get those manufacturer points right there.
And here comes Fitzwater even up into this mix. So it could be Dodge 1-2-3 before too long, depending on what happens.
Yep, Mary Shelley, I see her in the background. She's coming up through the field. I haven't talked about her all day.
Dylan Young going to hang it in there still on Jackson, but Fitzwater is pushing the 24. Past his own teammate, actually.
Yep.
Fitzwater with nothing really to do but try and win the race, but I'm sure that they would want to try and help the 9 out.
Well, we've seen Pollard and Braddock finish 1-2, and here comes Dylan to save our sanity.
As Fitzwater going to follow through as well to second, so Alexander Rowe will lose several spots there. He's back. He's going to be outside the top 5 by the time they get to the start-finish line.
Gene Sanford on that bottom line. I'm liking the position of her and where Steven are.
Going to be 9 to go this time by. Top 5 are clear of the rest of the field. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater.
Oh, he's going for the. I see Kev.
Gene's
I'm
gonna
looking,
follow through as well, and the 23 gonna follow.
man. Nothing like man. If Gene wins, nothing like 140 races can't do nothing, and 2 wins in 3 weeks.
That would be something, as Zachary Fitzwater. It's been a while since he last won. The 19 as well, I think.
He won at Pig Stadium.
Side by side still for the race lead as they go into turn number 3.
Alexander roll up the super high side.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Kev.
Oh, Kev tried it, man.
He
and the
wanted
package.
to try and block. Whoa.
Jessup was in the draft.
We've had another break in the field. Mark George is back here. And it's Cole Deaver. So the 8 car on pit lane.
I don't know if that's timed or not, so we'll have to see. He's out of the race.
Like no one else is pitting. I don't think he's actually out of the... Oh, yes, he is. Header. So engine problems for the DEI number 8. Does that spell issues for the 15?
That's a real question we'll have to see. Is Charles Jackson going to throw it down in there?
Jackson trying to play Pied Piper here and block both lines. So far, so good. But he's going to have top 3, maybe even top 4 clear of the rest of the field by the time they come off turn 4.
Yep. They're not going to pit this lap. Oh, wait. Nope,
well,
never mind.
It's going to be Dylan Young making a move for the race lead. Help with Patterson there behind him. Levi on the outside, 3 wide.
I think the whole pack it's about a 35 pack strong, so it's going to get interesting.
No one else pitting yet, as there are 7 laps to go here at 8 Bowl.
Be very surprised. This is a 2-point. Well, I don't know what the time wear is, but anyways, here comes Jackson on the bottom of the track.
Normal wear, basically.
Yeah.
Fitzwater gets shoved up as well as Gene Sanford in the 47.
Yep, that's a tough break for them.
Fitzwater throws the block on the 12.
Throwing the block's an understatement.
Coming off turn number 4, no sign of pitting yet. Henry Sanford going for 3rd.
Isaac Flickinger out of nowhere.
And Patterson sent up to the outside.
Where did Isaac Flickinger come from?
41st.
Seriously.
He is now in 3rd as they come off turn number 2 with 5.5 laps to go. Here comes that Domino's 00, making the move with help from the Jeg Chevy.
Did anybody ever expect Isaac Flickinger to have a shot?
And now the 00 is clear. Chris Washer will clear his own teammate, and Dylan Young falls back. Going to be outside the top 5 himself when all things are said and done on this.
Yeah, not a lot of pack racing. It looks like everybody's kind of thinning, and everybody stays out.
So far, so good. 5 laps to go. Do they have enough fuel as Jackson makes the move on Washer?
Yep.
Right now, Isaac Flickinger has not been able to make a move on the 00 as of yet. Will Lewis follows through, and Chris Washer now will fall out of the top 5.
Yeah, there's nobody on the high side. Everybody's running the bottom. Stephen Paul 3rd trying to get in the preferred lane right there. That's going to help him out.
Here comes the 07 making a move on the 9 car.
Will Lewis trying to get his 2nd win in 8 Bowl. We're going to have to rename this the Will Lewis track if he wins.
As Dylan Young falls back, Charles Jackson will do the same.
Yeah, everybody running the bottom.
And now there are 4 laps to go as Will Lewis makes the move for 2nd on Isaac Flickinger.
Yep. Wow, Will Lewis making a strong charge for the field. Here comes Washer. He tried.
Everyone really still with a shot at winning here other than the 05, the 83, and the 22.
Yeah, this is a big wreck. Everybody can skate through the field, as we saw a wreck with 2 laps to go yesterday. Here's Washer.
Coming to the white flag, no less, as Chris Washer shoves the 7 out of line, basically. Hangs him out to dry. Here comes the... Well, the 7's going to be able to block the 78. Pollard was unsuccessful, though, on that adventure of trying to do that.
Tried, man.
And here they come, down to 3 laps to go. Here comes Chris Washer now to the inside.
I'm surprised everybody's got enough fuel to make it. I guess they're doing well. Mary Shelley's on the bottom. She might have a shot at this with 3 to go.
Well, depends on where she can make it up to. Here comes Chris Washer. He's going to clear. Does Isaac Flickinger clear? Yes, he does. Here comes the 14 of Sam Young trying to clear the 07 as well. Not able to do so.
Yep, Kev's on the bottom. Oh, here comes the 78. That's the preferred lane.
Isaac Flickinger trying to get to the race lead as Chris Washer not able to block the 14.
Man, he's going to lose a lot of spots there. That's a tough break for him. Here comes Louvier. That's a good... He needs to get back up here a little bit.
And 2 laps to go. This time by. Here comes the 78, and they're going to be 3 wide for the lead into turn 1.
Isaac tried to block. That is a fail, man.
And
how about
Henry
Lewis?
Sanford going to end up being the big loser out of that one. Here comes Fitzwater.
Will Lewis' last win was Bristol, so...
And that was this year at least, so he does have a win this season, trying for win number 2. Isaac Flickinger, I think, is going to be able to hang on to second at least out of all this.
Can we keep it straight for 2 laps? That's the real question.
Oh, geez, they tried to wreck. Sam Young lost a lot of ground.
Yeah, we're gonna make it to the white flag. I can confirm that much.
Looks like it as they come through turn number 3 off of 4. White flag is out. Here comes Isaac Flickinger.
What?
Will Lewis sees the white flag first.
Wait, what is going on here? What?
Here comes the 00 of Henry Sanford.
I can't. I'm speechless. Oh, don't tell me it's gonna happen.
Could we see back-to-back weeks of a driver that was below 45th going to victory lane?
Wait, what in the blue hell is going on?
Here comes Will Lewis. The 78 throws the block.
That's it. That's it. I'm retiring. What the heck is this?
Through turn 3 and 4, they'll do it again. Their second trip to victory lane for Furniture Road Racing. Off turn number 4, it's going to be the Jeg Chevy. Isaac Flickinger will win here at 8 Ball.
That's it. That's it. I'm retiring. That's the end of my NR career. What the hell? Did the 78 team win from 41st on the grid?
Yes, they did.
Steve Paul at 29th. That's the end of his chase hopes. Sanford come across the line there. Our last 2 winners have been Alexander Rowe. No, last 3, but Charles Jackson, Alexander Rowe, and Isaac Flickinger. Who would have said that at the beginning of the season?
Wrong. Last 3 winners have been Gene Sanford, Alexander Rowe.
The top 45 in points have not won the last 3 weeks.
Well, actually, I'm looking at this. Well, yeah, the 2 is the 2... No, the 2 is 40th now. Well, that was after the win. I think they were like 42nd or something before it. Because they had a stretch of good runs.
I can't believe it. Kev got top 5 too. That's it.
So the top 10 here today: Isaac Flickinger, Will Lewis, Jonathan Zorline, the top chaser out of the owner's chase; Bram Patterson, Kev Shear, Henry Sanford, the top chaser out of the driver's chase; Mary Shelley, Charles Jackson, Zachary Fitzwater, and Levi McIntyre. As the field can't even comprehend what's happened as they're wrecking on pit lane trying to get back to the pit stalls. I'll show you the bottom of the field. Bill Bragg Jr. ends up 23 laps down, and Cole Deaver with header issues puts him behind the wall. And so, with that, I'd like to hand it over to Steven for his final thoughts.
Well, Steve Paul and Bragg look like they're eliminated from chasing. Isaac Flickinger won. I can't believe it. The team has only made... I updated this. Isaac has only ran... Give me 1 second. I'll keep going through the field while I pull this up. Good run for some of the chasers. Zorline was able not to wreck today, so he was able to stay on the track. Who else? Kev Shear with a top 5. Henry had to stop the bleeding run. Jackson had a good run too. Michael Norm was 27th in his debut. And for winless streaks, the 78, well, Isaac has only ran 5 races this year. They've DNQ'd about 12, and they won a race. So I'm done. Gene Sanford 19th too. Next weekend is Iowa, and like I said, in the Hooters race, it was a wreck fest and a half where we saw Chris Washer pass the field and lead a lap. So anything can happen next weekend. It's going to be interesting, and then we're going to Homestead, Miami. So me and Charles have got 3 more weekends together, and then we're going to go retire and party.
Well, I'll put it this way. We both know what's going on. I will try and record a video that actually has like an update to explain what's going to go on after this season. But with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Congrats to Isaac Flickinger on the win. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed that one, as it was caution-free race here at 8 Bull. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fan 291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.